Hello, I'm Ty Besh, and this is a new series I am doing reviewing Trader Joe's frozen dinners because, as we all are stuck inside right now during the COVID-19 pandemic, they're calling it.
That's a very big
crisis.
Scary deal.
Coronavirus, formerly known as RIP to that name because of corporate America. I was told that I should probably review all this stuff because for the first time, I am eating a frozen dinner in, I would say, more than 6 years. It's been a while. I'm back on the game. I found myself in Trader Joe's, waiting in line in Tucson, Arizona, and I'm walking around the aisles, and I'm like, all right, what could I get that will last? What can I get that's cheap? I found myself in the frozen aisle, and I gotta say, it felt really good, and it's so addicting because they have these cover arts that are so good. Whoever is designing these cover arts,
Incredible.
incredible. I do have to say. So I was walking down the aisles and I'm like, this looks great. This looks great. I try to eat vegan as much as I can. And all the vegan options, wow.
Wow.
What beautiful designs, what cover arts. And I found one, and this is the first one I'm gonna talk about today. It is Palak Paneer. So this one caught my eye simply because when I was in India last year, this was very important to me. This was one of my favorite dishes to order on a daily basis. And I would scoop it up with a piece of naan bread, usually too buttered, not garlic, at the end of each meal. I found myself in India weeks at a time, not doing anything other than waking up, going for a nice, couple hour walk around whatever city I was in, and eating food. And that was it. So this was especially important to me, and the reason it caught my eye is because this was the last meal I had before a very big incident in India, which could have cost me my health in many different ways. So I might as well tell that story. Let's tell that story. I was in India in 2018. It was 1 week before I was going to leave. I had to fly from New Delhi to Reykjavik to LA, and it was going to be the first WOW Air flight there ever was. Wow! But before I got to New Delhi to fly out of there, I was in, I believe it was Jodhpur, or maybe Jaipur, wherever the city was where that one guy from that big band was getting married. You know who I'm talking about, the boy band. Anyways, I was there at the same time, which was not fun. I'm hiding in this beautiful homestay situation. It's the off season, no one is there. Everyone is on the other side of the city for the wedding, I'm assuming, or just to see the wedding procession. It's a 4-story, kind of like, with a courtyard in the middle, hollowed out situation. What was the craziest thing was these traveling girls I had met, there was 2 of them. I met them 1 month prior to being in this city in India. I met them and I believe it was Thailand. And sure enough, they were staying there. And so one night we decide that, we're gonna go out to dinner to celebrate seeing each other again right before I leave. And we go to this beautiful restaurant. And the thing with this city is it's one of those old war cities where they have the big castles up in the mountain for defense. And so everything below in the valley looks up to this, and it's very well lit. And so we're at this restaurant, this rooftop restaurant, and it's a beautiful view. It's a great time. The weather is perfect. We're just talking about our travels since we've seen each other. I order the Palak Paneer, of course. It's an easy order. I've had it before. I love it. Get some naan bread. You have to try the naan bread at all these places because everyone makes it a little bit different. So I order it, and as I'm eating it, I can tell I'm getting a little bit sick, and there's definitely something wrong. Lucky for me, I'd been traveling little more than 5.5 months prior to this in Asia. I hadn't gotten sick from food at all. My stomach felt a little queasy once in a while, but I had not gotten sick. So I felt pretty lucky. But in any case, I was like, this could be it. Something happened. I was eating breakfast at the homestay. And they would give us like this mix of like rice and curd. In India, curd is very common. It's great bacteria for your stomach, they always tell you. And I had that this morning, and I knew that was what happened. It was the curd maybe it was old milk or whatever, dairy, and it was coming for me. And so I played it cool. I didn't tell anyone what was going on. I was starting to get pretty hot. My body temperature was going up. I ate the meal, all good. We walked back, like a 15-minute walk back up the hill to the homestay. We go our separate ways. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow for, an adventure around the city, go to the park or whatever. That night I was like, yeah, it's going down. I try to drink as much water as possible. The thing with India is, of course, you can't drink water out of, the sink, or there's no fountain, stuff like that. So it's all bottled water. You had to get the bottled water from the front desk at the homestay. They'd give you big bottles of water. They were like $1 or whatever, less than that. There was no store nearby. So you had to get them from the homestay, or you were gonna go out on your own and try to find water, and it was not gonna be fun. I drank the rest of this big bottle of water, and I go to bed. Sure enough, I wake up in the middle of the night, cold sweats. I'm so hot. I don't know what's going on. I can barely recognize like what time of day it is. I'm like trying not to hyperventilate. It's crazy. I'm just feeling like really messed up. I try to sit up from laying down. Everything starts to go black. I'm like, oh crap, like I'm probably dehydrated, because of course what I haven't mentioned is naturally over the course of this day I was going to the bathroom a lot. So there wasn't much in my body. I find a way to get up, and I go to the bathroom again, and I'm sure this just empties my body of any nutrients of water that I have left. And so I'm freaking out, because once this happens, I'm on the toilet and I can't get up. I literally don't have enough energy, enough muscle power to get myself up from the toilet. At this point, my vision starts to close. Like a black circle starts to close in on my vision, and it's all the fuzzy, like prickly kind of vision. And I was like, oh crap, like this is it, I'm about to black out. It's whatever, like 2:33 in the morning. No one's up. I can't use my voice. This was the craziest part. I couldn't use my voice. I went to open my mouth and I couldn't talk. And I was like, this is it. Like I'm gonna pass out. I hope I don't hit my head. And I hope that someone finds me and gives me water in enough time before like I get some kind of damage done to my brain or whatever. I'm sitting on the toilet, and this couple that I guess had come, I didn't even know during the day, to the room next to me. They were already up and ready to pack because they were gonna catch a plane or a train or whatever out of the city at 3 o'clock in the morning. They're walking around. I'm just hoping that she comes into the bathroom, because I didn't close the door behind me. Sure enough, she comes in the bathroom. She's like,
oh, sorry, I didn't know anyone was in here.
And I was like trying to like show her something was wrong. And she was like,
are you okay?
And I just made sounds. I couldn't like form words or a sentence. And she was like,
oh, are you drunk? What's going on?
And I was like, oh, please help me. I'm not drunk. I swear I'm not drunk. Please do not leave me here while you think I'm drunk. I kept like pointing to my mouth, like for water. And she was like,
oh, do you need like some medicine?
And I was like, no, I need water, but I couldn't say this. Finally, she was like,
oh, do you need some water?
And I was like, yes. And she was like,
let me go see if we have anything left.
They didn't have anything left. She went downstairs to find the front desk person to get some more water from. The front desk person was not there because obviously they were sleeping. So she's running around this homestay, knocking on doors, looking for water. At this point, I can't see anymore. My vision is black. I can still hear a little bit, but it's very warped.
Which was very crazy to experience.
This was very much like a drug-induced experience. Luckily, I had some experience with that. So I was like, all right, not so bad. This is kind of cool. She comes back with like a little bit of water in a bottle. I chug it. It was the craziest experience. With the input of water, I get some of my vision back and my motor skills in terms of my mouth. And I was like, I'm really sick. I think I'm dehydrated. I don't want to pass out. And she was like, oh, okay. So she went and found more water for me. Yeah, that's the story of the happenings of after my palak paneer meal. So let's talk about this, right? Trader Joe's, their frozen meals, I've heard really good things about them, I must say. And so when I was there the other day, I was like, I'm just gonna pile up And this is what led someone to being like, you should review these, because I just have, my freezer is full of them now. All different kinds, beautiful artwork, and look at these Indian dishes they make. So last night, I did heat it up. It's like 20-25 minutes in an oven. I was gonna do the review live, me eating it, but I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this because I was getting very emotional. I was almost crying because of the experience. And I was like, maybe I'll just do this tomorrow. So I must say, although it was maybe 50% or even less spicy than you would normally have in India, the taste was incredible.
Incredible.
This is vegan, so I believe is it tofu? Cheese seasoned with a bit of curry and chili. I mean, I don't know. So either way, it's not cheese, it's vegan. Right, am I crazy? It's vegetarian. Okay, so there is cheese in this. It was great. In terms of the taste, how it compares to what I had in India, which is, handmade, fresh made, and what they're known for, pretty damn good, pretty damn close. I will say I cooked it in the oven for 21 minutes. I should have kept it in there for 25, because by the time I undid the film and put in a dish, it was kind of cold. So word of warning with that. I will say, very impressed with this first dish. The next review I'll do will be live. I will be sitting at this table and I will eat it in front of you, and I will give you my review as it's boiling in my mouth, and I'm doing one of those things when it's really hot. Anyway, so highly suggest, if you're vegan, highly do not suggest, because it's not vegan after all. But the other ones I will be trying, some of them are vegan. So for those vegan people, stay tuned. For everyone else, go out and try it. And if there's a line at Trader Joe's, just wait in the line, it's okay. They are doing what's right during this pandemic. They're shutting it down to 20 people or less in the store. Everyone gets to hang out outside. They got little pieces of tape that's like, stay 6 feet apart, it's fine. So it's a great experience. The food's great, Trader Joe's is great. Great! I will be back next time to try whatever it is, because I don't know what it is. I hope to see you then. Bye.
It's good.